if you're an agency owner trying to sign your first client within the next 30 days, this is the full tutorial on exactly what I would do starting over. Now, just a few disclaimers. Number one, if you've never seen my face before, I am the first client coach. I make videos on YouTube that are free, that you can consume, that you can watch on how to get your first client as an agency owner. The other thing is my first agency has made $40,000 in the last 6 months. I'm 20 years old and I did that entirely online. So if you don't believe that I can at least help you get your first client, I don't really know why you're watching this video. But I'm not promising you a Lambo or a Ferrari because I don't even own those. I live in Florida, I live in New York. I travel whenever I want to. I have a car that I just drive all over. I just got done with a trip around America with one of my students actually. I fly students to Florida, we hang out, and I like to work a lot, and that is my lifestyle. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, and you think that this guy that you're watching right now might help you, stick to the end of the video. I got a lot of value, I got some whiteboards, I got a marker, and I do have something to sell you. I don't want to be the guy who hides the fact that he has something to sell you. I do, okay? It's a coaching program, one-on-one, where you get your first client in 30 days. It's $1,500. If you have that in your bank account and you love this video and you think I'm cool, then go ahead and pay and we can work together. That's all the selling I'm going to do for this video. Now let's get to the value. All right, so if I was starting over, basically what I would do is I would go ahead and start a web design agency or a thumbnail or a logo design, some creative endeavor. Why? Because when a business opens up, and by the way, if you don't know what marketing is, this is what you're doing. You're not doing SMMA or arbitrage or outsourcing or all these things that these guys, these bigger name guys, I'm not going to name drop, but you know who I'm talking about. They say, it needs to be arbitrage. Go find a media buyer on Fiverr. Now, that doesn't make any sense. What you're doing is helping a business, local, e-com, bigger business, doesn't matter, grow and get known to more people. And if a business, when they first start out, gets an LLC, a website, and a logo, wouldn't it make sense for you to maybe learn that skill as well? So I would start with something simple, web design. If you go on Wix, by the way, you can learn how to build a website in like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so what I would do specifically, web design. If you guys don't know what web design means, you're just designing websites, okay? You can do that on a service like Wix. You also have Tailor brands. Wix has been the best thing that I've ever found. So what I would do is Wix. How do you learn how to get a website? Go on a YouTube and actually search website Wix tutorial. Now, practice, here's 2 things that you would do, because once you pick something, you have to learn it. So we're going to learn it by building our own personal agency website so that you actually have something to show people when they say, do you have a website? You can say, yeah, here it is, boom. So this is your test website. This is how you learn, okay? You can build your own website. Now, it's not going to be enough skill because you're also going to have some testimonial things that people are going to ask about. This is where you go find 5 local businesses, okay? And you're like, oh, well, I've already tried this. I've already done outreach. No one wants to work with me. You don't have to contact them. Just remake their website and put it on your website. Remake their website, send it to them, and say, listen, I don't want anything from this. If you're cool with it, if you think it looks good, send me a text. Shoot me an email. Tell me what your thoughts are in a video. These are testimonials that you can put on their website. And now you actually have credibility. Do this 5 times. I have a student who says, oh, by the way, Alex, I want your coaching, but I don't have any time, and I don't have time to do dedicated agency because I have to go to school. I said, okay, cool. He starts his web design agency. This guy is the most dedicated person I've ever seen to anything in my life. He sends in the group chat, like we have a coaching group chat with all my students. He sends all the websites he's practicing on. Every single day, this guy's building a new website, testing out his skills, trying. He's not even talking to business owners. He just sees one he likes, remakes it, sends it in the group chat. What do you guys think about this one? I need feedback. Boom, 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 boom. He's gone through that process. He is an incredible web designer now. The only reason is because he has testimonials. He's practiced. And by the way, here's a little nugget for you guys. If you think that you can build an entire business model around arbitrage, that is not business economics, it's laziness. Full through. Anyone that tells you otherwise is brutally lying to you and trying to sell you something behind the scenes, like Iman. Oh, there it goes, the name drop. But no, I'm serious, guys. Like, think about it logically. You're a business owner. You're actually not a business owner, but you're 17, you're 18, you're 19, you're 20, maybe you're 45, it doesn't matter. But you don't know what to do and you don't know how to do it. So you're gonna go outsource the work to somebody else. What happens when that person doesn't perform? Well, my media buyer's good. I talked to him on a Zoom call. Guess what? I talked to my media buyers on a Zoom call too. And if I don't know what I'm doing, I offered a service. Let me tell you a story. There was a time somebody paid me $2,500 to get them 1 million views on social media. I pay a media buyer who I don't know, who I talk to for 4 hours a day, and I assume that he knows what he's doing. He disappears with the money, and then I almost get sued from the client. That happened to me. This has also happened to other students before they met me. So don't go down the rabbit hole of trying to do arbitrage and trying to get other people to do the work and trying to be the middleman, because in reality, you have no skill. And why would somebody who's actually good, who actually gets results, why would they let them lose their own profits to you, somebody who literally doesn't know anything and is just a salesman for their business? It's not your business. Just because you have a name does not mean it's yours. If you don't know how to do anything, how can you even tell if they're good? So those are things that I would keep in mind, but I would seriously learn a basic design skill. This you will thank me for in the future. I'm going to move over to this side of the screen so that you guys actually can see the whiteboard. Okay, so web design is something that I definitely would start with. Build my own website as a test and then get like 5, maybe 6 people. I'm going to scooch over even more so you guys can see that. Okay, 5 or 6 people and test. And you'll know if you're good enough because these people will start to refer you new business. Once you start to get referrals from these people, when they say, oh my God, Johnny, who did your website? And then they're like, oh, this guy. And now all of a sudden you're like, yeah, that is me. Then you can start charging. What do you charge? What I would start with is $800, okay? And this would template down very, very simply, okay? So as far as, and I'm gonna give you some nuggets here too. The only thing that people want in a website is who you are, right? What you do, what's the price, who have you helped, and then what makes you different, and then what makes different, and then finally, how to pay, okay? That's it. Like, that templatized down is what you should be doing for all of the websites that you're building, including your own. Who are you? Well, I'm a digital marketing agency. I specialize in websites. I build websites. You don't have to get all fancy and sound all professional. I have a digital asset marketing agency, website design, creation solutions. No, I build websites. People need to understand what they're reading, folks. If you have, what do you do? Who are you? It's kind of the same thing, actually. How much does it cost? Well, I build websites and they are $800. Who have you helped? A list of all your testimonials. I wouldn't just do text. If you are a creative-based or even a performance-based agency, meaning that you run paid advertising or you get leads for people and you actually make them money, I wouldn't just have text testimonials. Oh, Johnny helped me exclude 15 ROAS on the last advertising. I would actually have videos. I would have case studies. You go to my website, scroll to the bottom at case studies. I have a Zoom call interview with all of them. Okay, I haven't posted all of them, but I got 12 people up there right now. Enough for you to be like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's doing. He actually has social proof. Okay, and then what makes you different? Why would somebody want to design websites with you versus Johnny down the street? And if you're Johnny, why would they want to go with Susie? Okay, so once you feel like you're good at websites, go to Wix, find a YouTube video, get 5 local businesses, redesign their website, send it to them. How do I send it to them? Well, in Wix, there's actually a transfer button. You can press transfer, and you can transfer the site to them. Hey man, what's your email? Well, how do I talk to them? I would walk into the business if they're a local business to you. If you live in the middle of farmland, then I would email them, set up a time and come in to their business. That is a little more complicated. But if you live in a town, a city, doesn't matter, which most people I feel like watching this video do, just walk into the business after the website is complete and say, hey guys, I just want to talk with the owner. I built him a free website. I don't want anything. I just want his opinion on it. When can I talk? Go in there, support the business, pay $5 for the local candy thing, whatever little widget they have. Support the business financially if you can. If you can't, if you're poor, that's fine. but I would just hop in and be like, listen, here's your website. What do you think? And then maybe he knows a friend. And if he knows a friend or she knows a friend, this is what I would do. Okay, I would start a three-way conversation. Okay, what does that look like? Do you guys have an iPhone? Do you guys have a text device? What I would do, okay, I would open the iPhone, I'll go to the messages, and I would just start a group chat with that person, have that person, if you're in person, say, hey, I don't know if you know anybody, but if they need a website, I am the guy. Okay, I have a local website agency, and they're gonna say, well, yeah, I might know somebody. Oh, well, guess what? I will literally give you a $400 referral cash because you charge $800. So 800 minus 400 is still 400. I'll give you $400 cash if you connect me in a group chat with them and I actually do business. Okay, this is pay on close, meaning that you will pay them once you close the new referral deal. Okay, I've done this several times over. This has made me a lot of money. One referral had actually made me like $5,000, and it was incredible. It was a lot of, this guy referred me to that guy referred me to this guy, and it was really, really fun. Okay, so let me just go here, and from this is time, once you feel good enough, right, once you have that skill, how long should this all take? I would say this entire first section of you learning, okay, the choosing of what you do takes about 10 minutes. The learning takes about a week to 2 weeks. I would say dedicate 40 hours to this. You can learn this in 2 weeks. Okay? Act like it's a job. If you have school, just do it when you're at home. If you have a study hall or a lunch break, build a website, okay? Or work on a website that you're already building. But this is all the pre-season of business, okay? By pre-season, what I mean is this is prior to you making money. This is the earning season, learning season. And the longer you can extend the learning season is really going to dictate whether or not you're successful. Because some people who are like, I want to make money tomorrow, probably are going to get impatient, and they're probably not going to want to sit through a long seminar, webinar, learning how to build websites. And they're probably going to be like, I want to run Facebook ads. And then guess what? They're going to get run to the ground because they don't have the patience to sit and learn something that is actually valuable and wanted in the marketplace. But now that you've learned, now we're in the season of business, okay? This is where it comes to contacting people, making money, and contacting people and making more money, okay? So I'm gonna speed run this, and then we're gonna break it down, all right? So step 3 is outreach. Step 4 is set appointment. Step 5 is close appointment, which is just close. Step 6 is client. Step 7 is fulfill. Okay, this is enough for you to get your first client, but if you want to make like $100,000, I would repeat steps 3 through 7 over and over and over again. Repeat those steps until you make $100,000 or $1 million, because step 9 is going to be what? This is automate, delegate, meaning hire somebody else, and outsource, which is the same thing as delegation, okay? That's step 9. Notice how I didn't put that as step 1. This is like something that comes later down the line when you're too busy to actually function and focus on work, okay? So take a screenshot of that if you can. I don't know if the camera will allow it, but you got outreach, you have set appointment, you have close appointment, you have client, you have fulfillment, and then you have repeat 3 through 7 until you make, I would say, 100 grand, maybe 10K cash collected, and then you can start hiring your first person. But I would continue to spin this wheel, okay? You can fill different people into these roles, but I'm saying the general system of all this should be just run on repeat until you get to somewhere in the ballpark of $1 million or 100,000 cash collected. That's a huge spread, by the way, massive spread. I honestly don't know because I haven't gotten there yet, but I just know that I'm going to continue to run this system until I can just automate the whole thing and sell the business, okay? So as far as outreach goes, okay, what does outreach mean? Well, in order for you to make money, you have to talk to somebody. Humans are the only deliverable method of money exchange. Money is just value, okay? It's the language of business. If I'm talking to you right now and I'm sitting here teaching you all this stuff, which free content allows me to do. But let's say I was coaching you. I would pay you, or well, you would pay me. I could pay you if I'm learning from you, and then you would sit and teach me. Okay, there is a value which is not necessarily measurable, but that is exchanged with money. Okay, but the only person that can give you money is another human being, and the only way that they can give you money is if you talk to them. So you have to talk to them somehow. So don't get too involved with, do I do email? Do I do text? Do I do DM? It all works. It's all perfectly fine. I've done all of it, and these are actually the values that I've made. So email has made me 10 grand. Okay, 10K off of email. Door to door, that made me around 8K. I lost that commission. It was a huge solar deal that I flopped on. Then calls, I made around 12 grand. Then DM message is about 20. So excluding door to door, we're pushing 42 grand, and it was just between email, calls, and DM messaging. But I honestly, if I'm going to tell you, and if I was building this agency, what I would say as far as web design goes, not coaching, because that's where all that DM money came from, is I would just do cold calls and cold emails. And I would teach you exactly how to do that, okay? So I would go on Google, and these are the niches that I would focus on, so you don't have to think about niches. Gym, solar, roofing, pool. That's enough, okay? And here's a little trick. If you're in America, and if you're not in America, I don't know what to do because I'm not from a different country. If you're in America, focus on the West Coast because they're 3 hours behind. So you add another 3 hours of cold calls. So when it's 5 p.m. on the East Coast, because I live, between New York and Florida, if I start calling the West Coast, it's actually 2 p.m. when it's 5 p.m. I get another 3 hours of calls in. And I can feel good about that because most businesses will stay open. Now, here's the deal. When you're building a website for somebody, find two things. Number one, people with no website, or people with bad websites. How do you know if it's bad? Use your eyes. If you think it sucks, then contact them. If you think it's good, maybe don't contact them because you're probably not going to make it better. Okay? So, and here's another thing too. Like, I know that you guys, like, this video is going to probably carry on and end soon. But as far as the coaching goes, like, I've had people who have literally said they can't afford it. I've had to talk to them for months. And it's really, you're not necessarily paying for coaching. You're paying for a result, okay? So the whole idea is you gain time back because I can do something in 30 days that you can't, which is get a client. And I can teach you that directly one-on-one. So I had a student named Tyler, actually. He came into my program. It took him 8 weeks to close. And since then, like, I literally just flew him out to Florida. He came here for 2 weeks. He slept in, like, the other room over. You guys can't see it, but he slept there with one of my other students, Tyler. It was Tyler, River, and Parker. Parker's the guy I went around America with. And he was actually the vice president of my Real Media Solutions company. And that was fun. But so as far as contacting people, I would cold call. And then what I would say for the cold call is this. I was gonna write it down, but it'd be easier if I just say it. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, is this the owner of blank business? Yes, no, whatever. All right, cool. Okay, if they say yes, then you go into, listen, I would love to make you a free website. I would love to redo your website for free, and I would like to show it to you on a Zoom call. Is that fair? And then they're gonna say something in the ballpark of, hey buddy, nothing's free in this world, or no, I'm not interested. And you just repeat it. No, I'm telling you it's free. Here's how it would work. I would build it for you, show it to you. If you like it, I would make you an offer. If you hate it, we never speak again. That's simple, okay? You don't have to overcomplicate it. It's not like you're doing some rocket science shit. This is a website, okay, folks? People know what websites are. You don't have to sit there and badger them in the head. Okay, how do you get leads? Have you tried the new system of Facebook? Have you tried Meta's new advertising technique? My name is Alex. I'm from a web design agency. No one cares about you. No one wants to hear all your crap. No one wants to hear any of that. You're just doing something simple. Hey guys, so listen, I would like to build you a free website. And then you're saying, well, I thought I paid $800 for it. You do. this is the system, right? You got to call them, get them interested, set the appointment. Okay, this is going to be the demo. This is basically you redesigning or building them the website for free the night before. By the way, never let the appointment go 72 hours after you cold call them, because after that point, they're going to forget. They're not going to respond. If it's Monday, Wednesday's your cutoff date. After that, it's lost, okay? So I would call them. You know, you got the 72-hour period to set the appointment. How I would set the appointment is I would say, hey, so after they say, yeah, we'll do the free website, I'll say, listen, are you more of a morning person or a night person? Morning, night, whatever they say. How does this time and this time sound? Just list off 2 times and then the time zone. How does 8 p.m. EST sound or 10 p.m. EST? Okay, that way you can at least get a gauge on when they're available. When they say which time that they're available, repeat it back to them. Okay, so 8 p.m. sounds good? All right, thank you, Johnny. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST. Also, is this a good number to call you or text you on so that I know who I'm contacting? Yes or no? Then if it's a no, all right, do you mind providing me with a phone number that is good to contact? Rewatch this clip a little bit before you actually move forward into the cold call. So I would start with hey, is this the owner of blank business? If they say no, oh shoot, listen, I am so sorry. I have a gift for the owner, so whenever they're available, oh, they're going to be in tomorrow at this time. Call them back at tomorrow at that time. Oh, they're actually in the back right now. Oh, perfect. Can I talk to them now? I wouldn't actually say that. That sounds a little desperate. All right, well, what would it take for you to transfer me? Or would they be available? Maybe, well, I'm kind of busy right now. I can call back in 10 minutes. I would do something like that. Okay, you call them, you set the demo website, and then between these 2 times, you build out the website, okay? Once you have that, then you show it to them on the meeting, okay? This is where you close them. You show them all the features on the Zoom call. You're going through it. So here's the header. Here's where you put a video. This is where you swap this photo for that photo. Here's where you go ahead and add your text, your testimonials, your map, your website. And all of this can be changed. What do you think? And they're going to say, yeah, I like it. Okay, perfect. It's going to be $800. And this is the moment where most of you guys will lose it because you don't know how to overcome objections. Yeah, that's a little too expensive. Oh, okay, totally understand, Johnny. What do you mean by expensive? Well, it's just a lot of money. Oh, a lot of money, okay. How much is your website currently generating? Nothing. Would you like it to generate some money? Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. Do you think that the website you have is going to continue to generate you no money? Well, probably. Do you think a new one would potentially help you get more money? Yeah, I mean, maybe. So do you think it would be unreasonable to believe that if you had this new website that looks 10 times better than your old dusty website, that it could actually make you some money? Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. So why don't we go ahead and do it? Okay. And why don't we do this? We'll just do half up front now. So you pay $400. I'm going to send you a Stripe link right now. You're going to pay. And then when that's done, then I will get the second half of the payment. Okay? How does that sound? Yeah, that sounds fair. All right. Notice, the second they say it's all right and they're ready to pay, and that was one objection, by the way. There's a lot of them. There was one guy that I was talking to in my program, actually, and they were really worried about the whole closing thing. They didn't know how it works. They don't know what objections. So we just got on a call and we just ran them like constantly until they were cool with it. Because honestly, dude, like it's just something you got to practice. That's a training part, okay? So I've had definitely a lot of students that spend a few hours trying to learn the closing techniques. So that's one objection handle, and I would be here for 10 hours if I was doing all of them. But what I would do is once you get them to agree to pay half down, because that's kind of like the strategy, right? You get half down, you go ahead and you send them the Stripe payment. You don't say, okay, perfect, and by the way, this benefit's going to be benefit, and this is going to help you do this and this and that. You're going to talk them out of the sale, actually. You just copy the payment link in Stripe, which if you don't know what Stripe is, this is the payment processor that we use as agency owners. Okay, and if you're in another country and you don't have Stripe, I don't know what to tell you, but get Stripe. Okay, set it up, link your bank. If you're under 18, I don't know what to tell you either. This video is probably not for you, and if it is for you, then have your parents do it or something. Okay, and then you're going to go to the add product. You're going to build out a product, and the product is just going to say website, add the price, and then create payment link. Once you create that payment link, you can copy it and send it into the Zoom chat. You're going to drop that, and you're just going to sit there. You're going to say, hey, I'm going to answer this email while you fill out that payment link. How does that sound? And then you sit there. And you don't say anything. And they're eventually going to say, okay, I sent it. And then you're going to go on your phone. You're going to refresh. It's going to pop up there under payments today. And then you're going to say, okay, I got it. I'm going to get started on this website. Why don't you send me over the photos, the videos, the text, the colors that you want, which is going to be in my Google Doc. Okay. So you close the sale. So it goes you cold call them, you set an appointment. The next day, you do the actual meeting. Then on this one, you do cash collection. You collect cash here, okay? And this doesn't change if you're doing a different service. This is the same framework for all the services. Then, after that, what you're going to do is really simple, okay? Step 6 is client. This is onboarding. You guys go crazy over the onboarding word. I don't know why it's so crazy, but you're going to onboard them. What that looks like is this. You're going to collect any photos, videos, or any type of thing that you're going to add to the website. So this is photos, videos. How do you collect it? Do you guys know what Google Drive is? Okay, add a folder in Google Drive or Dropbox, it doesn't matter. And then make sure the sharing permissions are to everybody, because I've done that where it's restricted and they can't add stuff. And then rename it as their name, so client name. Then it would be copy link. Send that to them. They're going to fill in with all the photos and videos. Those are the assets. We call this assets, okay? And then from there, you're going to have a Google Doc. Actually, if you're one of my students, I'm going to give this to you as part of your welcome packet. It's an onboarding sheet. This is going to basically list out what they want the font to look like, what they want the color to look like, what they want the banner to look like, what they want the header to look like, basically everything that they need on your end, okay? And I would templatize this, meaning I would have the same document I would send to everybody. What's the primary font? What's the secondary font? What's the primary color? What's the secondary color? And then have them go through those things that I listed out earlier. What do you do? What makes you different? What are your prices? What are your testimonials? Because these are the information buckets. Have that on the Google Doc. Just send it straight to them inside of the folder, the Google Drive. They're going to add the photos, fill out the document. You go and bust that out. This is going to be phase 1, right? Phase 1 is just do that. This is going to be, we're just going to call this Mach 1. You're going to show that to them. That's the review. And then you just make changes. They're going to send you emails or texts. Please add this, take that away, change this, move that, go here, go there. And you're just going to do those changes until they're satisfied. And then when they're done, before you transfer the site, you're going to ask them for the second payment. You'll get paid. Then you go ahead and you transfer it to their email on Wix or whatever site thing that you're using, GoDaddy or Tailored Brands, whatever. And then you're going to go in and you're going to add their email. Once this is done, you're going to ensure that they get that and you're going to make them the owner of the site. Okay. And here's a cool thing if you want to upsell them. Okay. So once you have done all of that, this is where you upsell. So you say, hey, Johnny, listen, why don't you just pay me $750 a month and I'll just do full site maintenance. I will respond to every single person that messages you through the site. I will automate any system. Like, you can go into depth on what you're doing here. SEO work. If you don't know what that is, it's search engine optimization to make sure that they're ranking better on Google. You can automate Google reviews, meaning that when people respond or have been a client of your client, that you can actually follow up with a SMS text or an email, and all of a sudden they're leaving Google reviews so that their business is boosting. You can do this through what is commonly known as the GHL, Go High Level CRM, which a lot of you agency owners might know about already, but you could do that if you wanted to. It's expensive, so I would make sure that you get paid first before you go ahead and you dump that into a subscription. It's like it's like $100 for the cheap plan, like $400 a month for the more expensive one. But after you do that, you fulfill the client. Okay, you go back and forth, you make the edits, you make the tweaks. If you don't know how to do something, this is where a mentor would come in or somebody. go into a Facebook group and just find web designers and then ask them for their opinions, because there's a lot of web designers out there that know a lot more than you do. And there's a lot of mentors out there. So go find one if you can't afford one. And yeah, I would do that. So the other thing that I would make sure you do, don't just throw them off the deep end, okay? Like genuinely, we move them into what we call client success, okay? Meaning, we want them to, number one, pay more. This is upsells, reoccurring, and recurring. They're different. But number two, you want case study testimonials, okay? If you did a really good job with them, make sure you document that. Make sure you get on a Zoom call. You ask them about how good the communication was, how good the process was, if they enjoyed your service, if they hated your service. And at the end of it, ask them, do you know anybody that needs a website? Because I'm the guy that makes the websites. So upsell them, get their friends, and have them pay as well. It's going to be an easier sale, and the more of these referrals you do, the warmer and warmer and warmer people will get. To the point where I've had situations in sales where literally it's been such a referral thing, I literally just get in a conversation with them and I'm order taking, okay? I'll say, okay, here's a $2,500 Stripe link. They pay it overnight. I wake up the next morning, I just pop $2,500 into the bank. That type of relationship is built through referrals. So start with one client and then work your way in, okay? This is the best way to do it. You get one client who refers you to two clients. These two clients refer you to two more clients. These two clients refer you to two more clients. So you went from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32, and now you're all of a sudden understanding the power of the compound effect in getting a lot of clients, okay? The final thing is repeating this over and over again. Find a systematized way to start doing outreach at volume, because what you're realizing now is as you get a client, you pretty much can't do outreach anymore because you have to work on the client. So I would go ahead and find an appointment setter. Okay, I had an appointment setter in my agency who literally is sole reason I gained like $10,000 in bottom line revenue. Is just absolutely killer to have somebody on your side and on your team. And I would teach them. I would train them. I would focus heavy on training guys. These guys like seriously need training. I remember there was a situation with one person that was in my coaching program and they needed help with setting. So I just basically explained to them the process of what it is. And basically, if you're training someone to do anything, you just document every step of the way of what you do currently, okay? I walk into the room, I sit at my chair, I open the laptop, I turn on the laptop, I go to Google, I type in facebook.com, I go to my profile. Like you can list it all out so that people can understand how to do this at a rapid rate. Okay, so just a recap for you guys, the training's done. It's been like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Basically, what we just covered was how to get your first client in 30 days or less. Spend the first week learning how to build a website. Really, really hone in on that skill. If you need help with it, I can help you. I'll get on a free call with you. I don't care. If you want to get on a call, just message me, 315-767-3199. Just text me, and we can get on a call. And then once you learn how to build a website, it's all about outreach, okay? So read my book, too. It's free. You can get it for free. SMMA Secrets. It's on Amazon for $15, but I'm giving it to you for free. And just go crazy. Go crazy with outreach every day. Make sure to do the rule of 100. 100 outreach every single day to ensure you get success no matter what happens. No matter the circumstance, you're just wanting success. Okay, so I would do 100 outreach a day and I would spend 100 minutes on your websites. Learn it, get good at it, and I will see you all in the coaching. I didn't know where to take this. This wasn't a YouTube video. I love you guys. And by the way, just the last call to action, if you have $1,500 and you are serious about your agency, I'm not going to get on the phone with you and convince you, okay? If you think it's worth it, if you want to learn from me one-on-one, and you want me to walk you through the process, if I don't get you your first client in 30 days, I'll just give you either a refund, or I'll just keep working with you for free until you do. It's up to you. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Subscribe, follow for more. Peace out.